Okie dokie. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, it's 16.
It is. Okay. Welcome back, Sioux Falls. Thanks for joining us. Game 2 on a Friday. Dropped the first one. Looking to win the second one. Come out convincingly. We're up against Nest Academy. I'll have to see if I can find out a little intel on them. I do not know who they are, where they're from, or anything, so I'll try to get that for you. But I can tell you that we're on the rink that was right next door to where we played this morning. Not anything in terms of stands here. There is kind of an upper walkway, which is really nice. Right over the ice, no net in front of us, so I'm happy about that. First line to get us kicked off, starting with Ryan, Lincoln, Caden, Caleb, TJ on defense. So puck is dropping in the first period, one back to Ryan, chips it to Caleb. Caleb cycles it across to TJ. TJ up, touched by Caden, and that is not touched by Caden, so it goes for icing. Puck comes back down into our zone in net. We're featuring Owen Amhouse. So let's get this kicked off here, boys. Let's go. Get it out of the zone. Another win back by Ryan. Slammed around by Caleb. Nobody from our team is going for it until Ryan decides to go grab it. Comes back to Tej. Tej resets, goes over to Caleb. Caleb in front of our net. Backhands it up to Caden. Caden tries to get it out to Ryan. Lincoln chips it up to Ryan. Ryan has got a little bit of a breakaway. Centering pass. Doesn't connect. They get it out through neutral ice. And, ooh, Caleb drops his guy. Owen sends one out. Thank you. Sorry about that. And is there a penalty coming? No, don't know about that or not. Next line out, Riddick, Chase, and Senya. And we're on a power play, so that's why. This is power play 1 coming out with Lars and Landon. So their kid is in the box for 2 minutes. Riddick takes the face. Puck goes back to Nest. They pick it up and bring it to the near boards. Big outlet pass picked up by Owen. Owen circles around, makes a jig to the outside in front of the Nest bench. Bottom of the circle, cuts back in, shot, pad save. Comes back up to Lars. Lars bounces it back down to Owen. Owen to Lars. Lars moves it across to Landon, and then Landon sends it into the middle, and Ness grabs it and sends it back down our end. Picked up by Owen. Lars moves it ahead to Landon. Landon sends it through to Senya. Senya goes down on the boards, and they kick it into the far corner. Grab it up and out, back to Lars. Lars chips it ahead, picked up by Landon. Landon backhands it around to Chase. Chase gets the blue line, gets bumped off of it, and Ness takes over, sends it back out. So far, we haven't been able to put anything together on this power play opportunity. Taken ahead by Bjorn. Bjorn, big headman pass up to Caden. Caden's got some space, backhands it off of the stick of the goalie, picked up by Ryan. Lincoln's out there with Caden. TJ keeps it alive, but now there's a foot race with Bjorn. Bjorn gets pinched up in. TJ comes to support him on the end boards. Puck is kicked in front, saved by Owen. TJ chips it ahead to Ryan. TJ goes down on his knees. Puck is kicked over to Lincoln. Lincoln now, we've got 3-on-2 going the other way. Lincoln drives wide, sends it into Ryan. Ryan gets dumped down, no call. Ryan gets back up to pick up the pass. Lincoln across to TJ. TJ at the point. TJ sends one, misses, and comes back up. Bjorn keeps it alive. Top of the circle, picked up by Ness. Bjorn bats it down, and interrupts it, comes back to Tej. Tej resets in our zone and outlets it up to Ryan. Ryan touches it down into the zone, and we're back to even strength. Probably that happened a while ago. Ness is out through neutral ice. They dump and chase into the far corner, swings around to the near corner. Bjorn gets there, bangs it up. Ryan picks it up, loses it. And Ness has it. This kid has some legs, and he scores. Puts one in. Short side on Owen, right up against the near post, and Riders go down by 1. Kane is in there. Xander's out there. Xander takes it, circles around. Nice getting away from pressure. He chips it up. Jacob tries to get it out of the zone. He does. He's got Colt there. Jacob keeps going with him. Backhand across the Colt. Oh, just a little bit too far down. Puck is in the near corner, top of the circle. Jacob has it. He loses the handle. Ness picks it up, gets out of the zone. It comes back to Xander right in front of me. Xander sends it into the zone, and Jacob chases it. Jacob puts a hit on. Riddick is out there, throwing his weight around 2. Battle behind the net. Colt working on his guy, and he's going to be taking a penalty for some monkey business. And we touch up and get roughing on, I think, Colt. And we're going to be man down. Jack and Jackson head on, along with James and Lars. So we've got a 2-minute man disadvantage. Face off to Owen's right. Puck comes back to the point. Sends one through, kicked out by Lars. They backhand it down to the behind our net, and then James sends it up to the near point. They slap it down to the near corner. Up to the near point, across to the far point, down to the bottom of the far circle, up to the top of the near circle. Shot, blocked, nice block by Lars. He got all of that, and Jack kicks it up, not out, but then Lars got it out. Ness picks it up, skates into the zone with some speed, makes a move to the outside, leaves it for a trailer. Shot goes down and goes underneath, I think, the blocker and in for a 2-goal lead for Ness. So, can't let them get a man advantage on us. Okay. Owen at center. Landon and Chase, TJ and Caleb. Backhanded up, bottom of the circle, picked up by Landon. Landon loses the handle, comes back to Tej. Tej just keeps it alive, sends it back down for Owen in the near corner. He tries to grab it off the wall. Kicked back out to top of the circle. TJ pinches, loses that one. Ness gets it into our zone. Landon comes back to try to pick it up, and he does. He cycles it up. Nice headman pass up to Chase. Chase grabs it, pulls it through. Can't quite pull it around his guy. They get it up and out. TJ bats it into the zone, but we had to clear. Couldn't touch it. Picked up by Owen at the red line. Moved ahead to Chase. Chase tries to thread the needle. They bring it to the near boards and then cycle it up to their winger. Leave it for a trailer who dumps it down into the near corner. Owen holds it up behind the net. Caleb overskates it, and he sends a big outlet up to Chase. Chase gets frickin' hammered down. Pushed down more like it. It was more of a push than a hit. And they outlet it over to Owen. Owen loses it, still has it at the hash marks, but then loses it. They get it out of the zone. Kid is out and off to the races. Shot goes up off of, I think, Owen's stick and into the netting for a whistle. 10:55 remaining in the first. 2-goal deficit right now. Soon to cut that right here. Lincoln, Caden, and Orion up front. Xander, and they get it back. Puck deflected wide. Bjorn gets it up to Lincoln. Lincoln pushes it up, not out. It comes in, shot, nice save. No rebound there. Off that nice save by Owen. Held on to it and didn't let it show its face again. Same crew out there. Puck, one back. Xander slams on it. And Ryan chips it around to Bjorn. Bjorn moves it up, and that's going to be icing. No, icing's waved. No, it's not. They call it. Same lineup out there on the ice. Puck taken by Bjorn. Bjorn circles around, tries to shovel it ahead, but he can't. They kick it back to Xander. Xander tries to get it ahead. Taken away by Ness. Centering pass picked up by them. Brought over to the near boards, and then big far pass. Lincoln almost grabbed it. Xander does get a stick on it. Gets taken down. There's a penalty coming. Oh, come on. Don't frickin' just turn it over. Xander sends one back into the near corner. Bjorn collects it. Ryan touches it off of Lincoln's skates. Ness finally touches it for a frickin' whistle. That was a little bit crazy, but I understood what we're trying to do. Maintain possession. Ryan, Caden, Lincoln, Bjorn, TJ come out for this power play. Number 16 for the Ness team heads to the box. Lincoln takes the face-off to their goalie's right in the offensive zone. Win back. TJ gets there. TJ at the point, cycles it around. Nobody's paying attention. They backhand it easily out of the zone. And the kid comes down with hustle, and they send it hard out just to protect the puck and send us skating around the ice a few times to waste a lot of time. TJ kicks it over to Bjorn. Bjorn resets behind Owen. And then he comes out to the left, circles around because he had pressure there. Comes up to the right. Moves it around to Lincoln. Lincoln cross ice pass over to TJ. TJ does pick it up. Goes back over to Lincoln on the far side. Lincoln bottom of the circle. Down behind the net. Lincoln moves it across to Tej. Tej looking for a shot. He gets one. Went wide. They slam it up and out of play. 9:01 remaining in the first. Line change. 1:09 left on the man advantage. Face off to their goalie's right in our offensive zone, taken by Riddick. Owen, Chase, Lars, Landon, back to Landon at the near point, back to Lars. Lars, Owen at the hash, down. One-timer. Riddick buries that one. Nice job. Good passing. That power play worked. Riders get on the board. Riddick put that one through. From Owen. Good passing. Riders cut it to 1. Caleb and James come on for defense. Same offensive unit. Owen loses that one. Ness picks it up on their D. They go D to D, and then up the wing, centering pass, little tic-tac-toe. Almost split everybody. Leave it for a trailer. Kid fans on it. Backhand shot, goal. They put it in the top right corner, and they made it look easy. Just moving the pass like one-time touches with some speed. That's what it takes. Passing is the name of this game. Fisher's out there with Jackson and Jack. along with Zando and Caleb. Ness wins that one again. Move it up to the near wing, center. Fisher goes down, Kidd goes down, still makes a centering pass. Xander's trying to move his guy around. He manages to get it back up to the point. They move it far side. Kidd doesn't connect with that shot. It winds up on the near boards and then down behind the net. Centering pass off the side, stick to side by Owen, and then nice hit by Xander. They finally get it over into the far corner. Jackson picks it up at the hash. Jackson moves it ahead to Jack, and they bring it to the near boards. Bounce pass off, bouncing around, and they finally kick it down into our zone at 7:53 remaining in the first. Backhanded around to Xander. Xander puts a body between him and the puck, or in the puck. They get it up, a little slapping around. Xander finally takes it behind our net and backhands it up, not quite to Jackson, but then Fisher does get it out. Jack puts some pressure on him, but they come near side. Centering pass. They're pretty good at moving the puck around off of one-timers. They pick it up in the near corner, and then they outlet it down, no icing. Jacob gets on after that one, no icing because they sent it down to their end. Centering pass. Exited, picked it up by TJ and put into their zone, but they kick it back out. Jacob clears, but then he gets back and puts some forward pressure on them. They come up, big man sitting up here. TJ dumps his guy off the puck, picked up by Riddick. Riddick bounce pass around to James. James skates it up, top of the circle. He moves it up right to a Nest player who dumps it far corner. TJ races back to get it, comes behind the net, sends it up to Colt. Colt up off of the boards, but their D just kicks it right back down into our zone. James grabs that one. Puck is sitting there. Colt sends it around to Jacob, picked up by a Nest kid right in front of our net. James sends that one up and out. That's going to be icing at 6:23 remaining in the first period. Goals are 3 for Nest and 1 for the Riders. Lincoln, Ryan Caden up front, Lars, and Kane back on defense. There we go. There's a big bounce pass up to Caden. Lincoln gets one. Oh, and it just goes off the side of the net. Caden and Lincoln were freaking hustling down there. Lincoln buries a kid, and then he gets a call. Roughing. Lincoln's going to be heading to the box. Too much of a hit, I guess. Same. Everybody's out there except for Lincoln, who's sitting for 2. Puck win back to Nest. The near point down to the hash. They move it up across the other far side point, far side hash, far side point, near side centering pass. They kick it down, picked up by Ryan and sent back down to on net. Nest picks it up, skates it behind their net. Ryan puts some nice pressure on, but they outlet it. Frickin' Caden dumps his guy. Picked up by Ryan. Ryan jumps through some traffic, almost gets there, and then he winds up going into the net with the goalie and the player. Everybody's okay. Net, of course, came off. And new line out there. 1:27 left on our man disadvantage. Jackson, Owen, Caleb, and Bjorn. Owen at center. Puck drop, win back, splits the D. Bjorn sends it in, then Senya finishes the dump in. They regroup behind the net and skate it out to the near side. Dump it off to the winger. Skate up. They've got some pressure from Owen. They bring it through center ice into our zone. At the hash, they bring it back to the near point. Top of the near circle. Pressure by Owen. Up to the point, far side point. Up to the center. Down to the dot, near dot. Sends one through. Puck is loose. They put it in. That's number 4, and there are 4:53 remaining in the first period. Puck loose, underfoot. Owen comes out with it. He backhands it around to Xander. Xander wide side to TJ. TJ moves it up. Chipped by their player up and out of play into the netting. And the faceoff will come at center, it looks like. Yes, we are still in this first. No, faceoff is not at center. It's just outside the blue line on the near side. Picked up by Chase. Win by, oh boy. Ness picks it up and gets it into our zone. Xander goes down, takes a hit. They send it back down to Xander behind our net. TJ races in the far corner to get it. He backhands it up to Landon. Landon kicks it out, and Chase goes hard after it. Owen has to hold up before going into the zone. He zigs around and sends it to Xander. Xander gets it up to Chase, and then it winds up back on Owen's stick, who backhands it to TJ. TJ up to Landon. Landon does pick up the loose change, gets into the zone. Chase is going. He sends it around. Landon gets twisted around, and that puck winds up in the near corner. He's battling for it. They just send it out. Probably for icing, yes. 3:49 remain. Jack, Jackson, Fisher up front, James, Lars on defense. Okay, Fisher steps into face-off circle. Win back to Ness. They go hard behind the nets, skate it up through neutral ice. Come in offside. Face-off will be right below us here. New center, Jack Stewart comes in, wins it back. Fisher kicks it to James. James resets, goes across to Lars. Lars skates it up. Big headman pass, gets off of Jack's skates. Fisher kicks it, tries to kick it ahead, but picked up by Nest and reset in their defensive zone. They come through, send one in on net. There's a little rebound picked up by Lars. Lars shovels it around, picked up by Ness in the far corner. And Fisher gets it. Outlet pass. Jack Stewart gloves it down. He's got Fisher going with him. He's got James on the backside. Watch James! Oh, it went off of James's stick. That was really good pass by, was that Jack? Who passed that out? Yeah, James had a really good stick on it, but it just got chipped up and out over the net, into the netting. Good play. Good awareness. Colt backhands it. Went off a Riddick skate. Bjorn is out there holding the line. Jacob sends one up, but it rides a stick up into the rafters and out of play. So 2:44 left in the first. Down by 3. Puck back, James to Bjorn. Bjorn back to Jacob, sorry. Not James, that was Jacob. To Bjorn. Ness comes out. Kane drives him wide. Jacob runs his guy off the puck, but they still have it. Back to Jacob. Jacob's getting outside of the zone. He chips it around, knocks over his guy, and then tries to take the puck away, but they grab it and then send it to center ice. Kid moving his feet. Kane takes a pretty big hit. Colt shoots one. Oh, just misses wide. Good shot. Lincoln. Big pass back into the zone by Xander. Outlet pass, chipped up and out of play. A lot of kind of stretch passing here. And we got too many men. They're looking for one of our guys to go into the box. Bjorn steps up and takes it for the team. We're going to be man down. Caden goes off. Lincoln and Ryan are out there, with Caleb and Xander. Too many men is the call. Ryan takes a face. Puck is loose. Slapped up. Ness has it. Xander slaps at it, tries to get it out. It winds up on the near boards, not out of the zone. Lincoln is battling. Xander, they have it. Puck is loose in front, comes up and out of the zone. They have to reset. They go wide in front of the scorer's table. Move it through the center, picked up by Ryan. Ryan's got Lincoln. Lincoln's got a little bit of space. Ryan, Lincoln backhand. Goes for Ryan, but winds up on the stick of the goalie, and he moves it into the far corner. Ness come right back into our zone. Caleb with a nice hit there. Ryan steps in to get it up, but it comes up to their point. They go wide side. Kid was looking for a one-timer. Xander slaps it up, and it does get across the blue line. Ryan gets tripped up right in front of us. They enter the zone again, up to the near point. Shot blocked by, I think, Caden's butt. 1 minute remaining on the man disadvantage. Caden is out there. Well, Caleb is too. Caden does pick it up. Caden got some speed coming out. He goes over to Caleb. Caleb grabs it, moves to the outside, far corner, loses the puck. Ness skates it out. It's front of the scorer's table, and they dump it in. 36 seconds remaining on our man disadvantage. James pulls it through. Caleb is there. James working the far corner. James still working the far corner. They backhanded the bottom of the far circle. Move it to the near circle. Kid moves. Oh my gosh, the little, there we go. Caleb is telling the kid to back the F up. And then he heads off, but nice save by Owen. TJ. James has it. He sends it. Fisher's out there too with Caden. Caden tries to get it up and out. Their D hold it. TJ comes in with a cross check. And there's a little bit of pushing and shoving. TJ is not taking it. And that is the sound of the buzzer at the end of the first. And the damage is done. 4-1 Nest. A little bit ugly. But we're going into the second with renewed hope, determination, and an extra step. So this is going to be our period. Okay, here we go. Start of the second, still a man down. James, Owen, Chase, TJ races back to get it. He gets up and off, comes out. We got some legs there. Chase is going. Owen is there. Chase loses an edge into the corner. Senya picks it up. Landon tries to get it. Comes up. One-timer shot. Glove down by a defender. Picked up by Owen. Owen moves it through the back of the net. Chase gets it in the near corner. Circles away from pressure. Chase has it behind the net, looking for another Michigan, but he didn't pick that one up off the ice. Tried it in the first game, didn't work. Landon comes into pressure. Senya's out there, and they grab it. Chase leaves it for Owen. Owen skates around behind the net. Centering pass, one-timer by Landon. Couldn't connect on it, and they outlet through neutral ice into our zone. Chip it down off the M boards, and then Chase picked up by James, and then grabbed by Owen. Owen moves it up to Landon. Landon through neutral, across the blue line, makes a move to the outside, then makes a move to the inside, and he gets it. Landon gets one, sneaks it in off of the pads of the goalie, and it winds up in the back of the net. So Landon, nice job. Good effort. We cut it in half. Cut it to half, not in half. Okay, Ryan wins that one back. They take it, shot off of Lars. Puck squirts to the outside. Ryan is back there banging. Kane is out there too. Kane is all tied up with someone. They're mixing it up. Both go. Oh, this kid's like, what? I mean, you were throwing them too, ding dong. Don't give me that. So it's going to be 5-on-5. New set of D come out, being Xander and Caleb. Lincoln, Caden, Ryan up front. Face off to the left of Owen in that far circle. 15:33 remaining in the second period. Sorry I haven't changed the periods here. I will when I can, maybe now since they're trying to put the score up. There we go. Ryan wins it back, picked up by Caleb. Caleb sends it hard up to Lincoln. Lincoln gets into the zone, icing is waved. He squirts through. Ryan comes in to help. Puck is behind the net. Ness comes away with it. Lincoln creates almost a turnover. They outlet it up. Oh my gosh. Caleb frickin' hammers this kid, and he's going to be taking a roughing call. Caleb's heading to the box after crushing that kid. So we have two in there. They have one, meaning we're a man down now. Bjorn, Xander, Lincoln, Ryan. Lincoln takes the face off to Owen's right, near corner, 15-10. Lincoln wins it back. Xander goes hard up around off the dasher, bounces to the middle. Ryan loses his something, falls. He had a little opportunity there, but he fell. Lincoln pressures up front. They come around into our zone, leave it to the near side, top of the circle. They go far side in front of our bench. Up to the center, down to the bottom of the near circle. Xander gets there, gets a stick on it, and then it comes up, not out. Ryan was pressuring. Xander is pressuring now. Comes up to the near point again. Shot. Easy save for Owen. Saw that one all the way in. Nobody was in front of him. And we have a $1:22 left on the man disadvantage. Caden comes in, Owen, James, TJ. Owen at center. Win back. TJ working to win it. TJ gets it down below. James sends it across to Caden. Caden bounces it up to Owen. Owen's off to the races. He's got 1 against 4. Owen shot. Blockered up into the near glass. TJ grabs it at the point. Sends it back. Nicely done to Caden. Caden, big outlet pass on net. Goalie sticks it out, leaves it for his guy. And they come up the near boards. Leave it for a trailer. Skate it in with some speed. Looking to go to the bottom of the circle. Brown behind the net. Centering pass interrupted. TJ grabs it and then flicks it up right into their bench. Looking for a few heads as that went by. Whistle. Didn't connect with anybody. And coming off a TJ stick, I wouldn't want to be hit by that. 13:41, if you can see right past the live barn camera right here. Another face-off by Owen. This time Ness gets that one, sets it up at the far point in front of their bench. Down to the bottom of the far circle. James is there, putting pressure on. They send it up to the middle. Go far side point. Top of the circle, far side point, walk down, near side circle, cross to the top again. Bottom of the far circle, looking for somebody in the middle, swatted aside by TJ and then up off the boards, but they keep it in. Stick is banging. James gets there. They take it. We're back to full strength. They go wide side, shot, and covered by Owen. Let's see what happens here. It's getting tense back there. A little pushing, a little shoving. No fists were thrown. That was a good kill. Jackson, Riddick, Colt, and Lars. So picked up by Xander. Xander up off the boards to Colt, gets under his stick. There's a hand in the air, but Jackson goes after it hard, as he always does, but doesn't make it in time, but so it's icing back down. Face off in our zone to Owen's left in the far corner. So again, Riddick, Colt, Jackson, Lars, Xander. Back to their point, top of the circle. Goes off, shot goes off of Jackson's skates. Jackson collects the loose change, picks it up to Riddick. Riddick gets on out. He sends it, that's going to be icing. Face off again in that far circle to Owen's left. Riddick takes this one. Puck drop. He goes down to his knees. Colt picks it up. He's got Jackson going with him. Jackson scoots ahead. Far corner, tries to circle around. He takes a heavy hit into the boards. Riddick pinches down, but they come out with it. Riddick does get a stick on the exit pass, but they get it into the zone in front of their bench anyway. Riddick pushes his guy off. Jackson, nice move back over to Colt. Colt pulls it through center ice. He gets, Lars comes in. There's a delayed tripping call on them. Owen comes to the bench. Empty net, extra skater on. I think that is Fisher. Puck comes around. Fisher pinches down. Lars grabs it, but they touch up, so the whistle is made. And we're going to be on the power play. Landon, Chase, Owen, Lars, Riddick. Riddick picked up by Ness. Big time off the glass. That's going to jump all the way down into our zone. Lars gets back there, holds it up. Looks like he's coming to the near side. He moves it up to Landon. Landon skates it up, moves it across to Chase. Chase in the middle, leaves it for Riddick. Riddick circles around, loses the zone, has to hold on to the puck though, and he moves it back around to Lars. Lars back over to Landon off a skate, picks up the errant pass, and skates up across the red line, across the blue line, leaves it for Owen. Owen walks across the blue, sends one in. Landon was looking to chip it in off the back door. Riddick pushes his guy up. Landon and Chase are there. Chase comes away with it, moves it up to Owen at the near hash, up to the point. Lars has it, back to Owen, top of the near circle, down to Chase. Chase tries to slide it in on the near side door, comes around to Landon. Landon up to Lars, back to Landon. Landon shoots it and it goes up off a stick and into the netting. 50 seconds remain on our man advantage. Next line out. Bjorn, Tej, Ryan, Caden, Lincoln. Lincoln takes the face off in the far circle. Wins it over. Well, it comes back behind the net, and Ness grabs it and sails it out of the zone. They've got one guy going hard. Bjorn is there. Owen passes it to him. Bjorn comes out, circles away from pressure, skates across the blue line, and sends it hard down into the zone, around to the far corner. Caden chips it back up to TJ, and they just shovel it up and get it off the boards past TJ. Ryan has it coming in. He moves it to Lincoln. Lincoln drops the puck, kicking it around. TJ has it. TJ moves it across to Bjorn. Bjorn put one on net. Their goalie had to put everything up in front of his face to block that one. 6 seconds left on the advantage. TJ, far corner, he moves it across to Lincoln. Lincoln comes through neutral ice into the zone, gives it to Ryan. Ryan, it has Caden there. Backhand just misses a little bit wide. Lincoln tries to center it. Caden tries to get back there, but they are back to full strength. Bjorn, nice pickup. Ryan dodges one, but they get it out, going the other way. Bjorn, nice tie-up. They get it into our zone anyway. Centering pass, kicked ahead, and then up to the near point. They send one through, wide of the net. Caden gets over there at the hash. They move it up to the far point, up to the center. Shot gets tipped up and over the shoulder and into the net for a 3-goal advantage, 5-2. One of their guys tipped it in, and it just sailed over about 3 of our players. 7-3. Win back by Fisher. Fisher gets it to Lars. Lars gets it over to Caleb, and we get it into the zone. Back to Lars at center ice. Back to Caleb. Caleb at the blue line. Moves it across to Jack Stewart. Jack doesn't quite get a hold of that one. Puck is still loose there. And then finally, Beeler picks it up. He gets in. He shoots one on net. Nice shot. No rebound. Goalie holds on. That's a whistle, and we're probably going to halftime. Looks like we're heading out first. All of our guys are out here on the ice as some of their players thread through ours. And we are going to the locker rooms for about 10 to 15. So 5-2 is the score halfway through the game. 8:47 left in the second period. Okay. Welcome back, sports fans. They're just clearing the ice over at the Zam door, setting the nets. The boys are ready to come back on with a fresh set of legs for the second half of the game. You may have noticed, but I didn't until just now when I was down in the lobby, that Jacob Smith had taken a shot to the wrist. The medic was over there attending to him, wrapped it up. He's out of uniform and not going to be playing the last half of the game. He said the pain level was 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. Hopefully it's not broken. Hopefully it's going to be something he can take a couple of Advil and come back tomorrow for, but he's out for the rest of this game, so therefore that'll create a little bit of a line shakeup around the team. And then I also found out, should have done this before, but I did have to work today between games, that the Nest team is from Central Florida, about an hour north of Tampa. So that's where they're from. Apart from that, don't know anything else. Except they're beating us 5-2. So getting ready for the second half. Again, 8:47 remain in the second period. And second half will start off with Ryan, Lincoln, Caden up front, Lars, and Bjorn for Hans. Bjorn is going to be on defense. Ryan, face off. Their goalie's right. Offensive zone. Win back by Nest. Taken away by Ryan. Ryan gets it up to Caden. Caden monkeys around with it, slapping it around. Ryan's still there. Comes back up, gets under Lars's skate. Puck is held up by a lot of wet ice out there. Again, puck stops. There's a lot of water on that ice. Lincoln slams it up. It doesn't make it out. They send it back down behind the net. Hopefully that ice will freeze up soon because the puck is not rolling the way it should. Lincoln gets off, has a little bit of a breakaway. Lincoln sends one shot and gets his rebound. Goalie saves it. Ryan comes in to try to bury it again. Lincoln gets to the far corner, has the puck. Nest takes it, outlets it up to their guy, and Caden grabs it. Caden across to Bjorn. Bjorn over to Lincoln. Lincoln gets it into the zone. Oh, pops off to the middle of the circle, or middle of the offensive zone. Comes into ours. Bjorn chips it up, not out. They have it. Far side. Nice block by Bjorn. They get it back up to the point and send it down behind the net. The ice is still very wet out there and holding up the puck. Ryan comes in through center ice. Tries to hit Caden. Overskated. Goes back into our zone. They have it. Chipped it down behind. Looking for a cutter in front. It's in front. It goes to the side of the net. And Bjorn sends it up into the netting and out of play for a whistle. 7:09 left. That was a good opportunity there. We almost got one. Lincoln had a little breakaway. Had a chance at his rebound. And Ryan had a third chance. Second chance at the rebound. Owen is out here with Chase. Kane is out there. Landon is trying to separate them. Kane puts a nice hit on. Blocker saved by Owen. Puck is behind the net, picked up by Nest. Up to the far point. Down hard off the boards, looking for a bounce pass off the end boards. Overskated by Kane by Senya because that ice is still a pond back there. Xander does pick it up. Loses it to the pond. Again, centering pass just beyond the stick of a Nest player. That ice is really still too wet to be enjoyable. Chase picks it up. He's got Landon. Landon stays on side. Chase sends one, shoots it off of a defender. Puck comes up in front. Xander gets it. Xander shoots one, and oh, I thought that was going in. Come on. Just misses left of the net. Picked up by Owen in our defensive zone, sent across to Xander. Xander, wide pass over to Colt. Can't get there. They set it up behind their net. Colt puts some pressure on. They come up to the near boards, up into neutral ice, and they send it down wide right of the net. And for icing, because it was unleashed on this side of the red line, Jackson, Riddick, Colt, TJ, and Caleb are out there. So, like I said, a little line shakeup because Jacob is not out there with us. Riddick, puck drop, back to Caleb. Caleb sends it down to the hash. I see some wet ice. Riddick behind the net. They drop it. Caleb pinches down, sends it behind the net. Colt gets back over there in the far corner. Colt gets rubbed up into the boards. He loses an edge, gets tackled. The guy is like basically on top of him. Riddick brings it out. He comes up to TJ. TJ moves it across to Caleb. Caleb sends one and loose puck in front. Colt tries to turn the corner and he can't get twisted around. Jackson gets worked off the puck and they get it up and out to center ice. TJ grabs it, fans on it, loses it. They come in. Quick shot. I don't know if that hit Owen or not, or comes over anyway. Jackson off to the races. Jackson kicks it up, leaves it for Tej. Tej gets into the zone. TJ shoots it. Oh, goes off of the bar and out of play. Just hits the post and deflected up into the netting for a whistle at 4:53. 3-goal differential, 5-2 is the score. 2 goals being one by Riddick, next one by Lannon. Fisher's out there. At center, James, Bjorn, Lars, and Jack. They send it to the far corner, and then they outlet it. Kid gets into our zone, top of the circle, makes a move, power move, tries to sneak it in. Pad save by Owen, bounces into the near corner. Fisher comes in to try to take it away, and Bjorn's there. Fisher has it. Bjorn shovels it up. James does get it out. So wait a minute. We got James out there, I think is playing a wing. Yep. So there's a little news for you, a little news flash. Oh, centering pass gets deflected wide. So James up on wing. Fisher's back on center. Bjorn is on defense, centering pass. Shot, big shot, another save, 2 saves, 3 saves. Owen covers it. Nice job, Owen. Man, that was a lot of heavy pressure on him. So Kane comes out with Xander on defense. Caden, Lincoln, Ryan up on forwards. 3:59 left. Face-off is in our defensive zone to Owen's right, near side. We're working left to right on the ice. Win back by Ness. Lincoln chips it ahead. Lincoln gets after it. Kid circles around away from pressure. Taken away by Ryan. Ryan disrupting it. Ryan still after it. Ryan looking to center it. Lincoln, one-timer, fans on it. Caden was there. Comes out of the zone. Xander dedicates his body to the cause. Takes a couple of big hits, but makes the puck go the right way. And they send it into the zone, picked up by Kane, bottom of the near circle. Resets, comes up. That's going to be no. Icing is waved. Ryan gets on after it. Caden is back there too. Lincoln shoots it off a pass. Nice pass from Ryan, but it went right into the goalie and he saved it. Good opportunity. Owen, Chase, Lannon up front. Caleb, TJ on defense. 3:12 left in the second period. Nice win back by Owen. Down to Landon. Landon back up to Tej. Tej across to Caleb. Caleb sends one bottom corner. Chase loses a handle on it. Owen is there. Chips it up to Chase. Someone kicks it to the near corner. Owen gets it. Owen has it. Top of the circle. Gets tripped. No call. That was a tripping. Makes it over to TJ. TJ sends one in. Sticks to the near side by their goalie. And they get it up and out. Caleb does a nice job putting it back into the zone. Landon goes after him. Owen tries to get back there. Landon. Owen has it. Owen bounce pass up to Tej. Tej across to Caleb. Caleb sends one down bottom of the circle. Chase skates away from pressure. Has it behind the net. Goes to the far corner. Still holds on to it. Leaves it for one of their players who puts it up into the rafters. And there's a whistle. .2:16 on the clock, left in the second. Bjorn, Garcia, Jackson, Riddick, Colt, and Lars out there. Puck is loose underneath. Riddick has it. Puck is in front. Bouncing around. Picked up by them. Outlet into neutral ice. Into our zone. Sent in on net. Owen holds on to that one as he came to from the right side to the left side as we look at him of the net. Face-off will be to his right side. Riddick grabs it, wins it back. Bjorn shovels it around to Colt. Colt works that far corner. Ice finally looks like it froze up back there. Puck is sliding. Ness has the puck in the near corner. Circles around away from pressure, moves it up to the point. Nice pickup by Jackson. Jackson puts his guy off balance. Sends one through the middle, and beautiful middle pass. Jackson takes it up again. Sends it down to the near corner. Colt is there. He gets bumped up into the boards. Jackson comes into support, so does Riddick. They kick it back to the, and then around to the far boards. Because it's just beyond Lars. He picks it up and sends it over to Bjorn. Bjorn, near side boards, in our zone. Moves it to, chipped up by Jackson into the zone. Fisher gets after it. Fisher looking for a centering pass. It's still there. Sticked aside by their goalie. Up to the point. Kane, big one-timer, or a big slap shot, sorry. Up to the point. Bjorn pinches down. Keeps it alive momentarily. And then Ness skates out with it. They send one hard up off the end boards. Bjorn does a nice job bodying his guy off the puck. And he exits the zone. James gets in there with some speed. Leaves it. Nobody quite there. They don't get it for a second, so Fisher pinches down. Jack tries to come get it. And they get it out of the zone. Into ours. Icing is waved. 26 seconds remain in the period. Xander puts a nice hit on him. Kid comes up top of the near circle. Blocker save. Slashed at it again. Nice save number 2 by Owen. 11 seconds. 10. Xander. Probably going to get a call. Hit from behind. Xander's going to be walking to the box at the end of the second. Not a real big hit. But he goes for 2. Kane, Jack, Fisher out there so far. TJ is still on the ice, but it looks like we got a line change. Caleb, Lincoln, TJ, Ryan coming on for the last 7 seconds of this period to kill this one off. 5-3 is the score. End of the second. Ryan takes the... Oh, there's a 2 and 10. Fisher goes in with the box too. What the... That was definitely no 2 and 10. Right. That was a shitty call. Yeah, that is so bad. Sends one in, Lincoln. Oh, Good opportunity. Lincoln unleashes one at the end of the period. The goalie grabs it. I don't know if I got all that in frame, but yep. Parents are complaining about that call on Xander. Disagree. Oh, I happen to agree with them. We disagree with the ref. Yeah, that's what happened exactly. Yeah, the opposing player raised his hand like, "Oh, where's the call?" And the ref was like, "Oh, I guess I should have made the call." So, all right, entering the third, we're down by 3. We're on the kill. Lincoln, Trudge, Caleb, and TJ. The lighting seems really dim. It doesn't look as dark in here as it does on the camera. It's like there's a lot of shadows, but so Kane and Xander back in the box. Nice win by Ryan to Caleb. Caleb sends it around to TJ. TJ sends it to the far corner in the offensive zone. They pick it up. Ryan pressures them. Kids comes up and skates out of the zone. Makes a move around Ryan. Gets the center ice. Lincoln chips it. Causes turnover. Nice job. They get it into the zone. Move it ahead to a lead man. TJ battles 2 of them. Ryan comes in to help him. Puck is still in the corner. Picked up by Ness. Moved up to the near point. Bottom of the near circle. Deflected by TJ. Picked up by Ryan and sent out of the zone. 1:12 left. Good kill on that. New legs out there. Caden, Jack, Lars. Caleb's out. He couldn't get a change. He was on the near side. They have it. They circle it down behind our net. Into the near corner. Lars is putting pressure on him. They kick it back up to the near point. Send one through. Chipped up into the glove of Owen, and he holds on for a whistle. 49 seconds left on Xander's 2 minutes, and that's when Fisher will be able to come out of the box. 15:55 left in the third. We're down by 3. Jack is at center, getting ready for the face-off. Win back to Nest, up to the near point, over to the far point, top of the far circle. Up to the near point, near hash, behind the net, centering pass. Can't make it around it. They move it up to the near point again. Top of the near circle, kid walks in, backs off, up to the point, across to the far point, to the center. Kid bounces it off his skate. He skates behind the net, up to the near point again. They're moving it pretty quickly. Up again, back down. They're just playing back and forth. That's fine. They keep it out here on the side. Nice job by Lars to get a stick on it. And 5 seconds. Good kill. They're not being able to move it in front. There's a puck in front. Batted down. Off to the side. Hand pass. Yeah. Caden dumps the kid. Hand pass. Tried to throw it into the net. Got the whistle, so the face-off should come outside the zone. Yeah, they're bringing it out. We're back to full strength. Xander's still sitting, but Fisher is out. So Owen, Chase, Landon up front. Along with, I think that's Kane far side and TJ near side on defense. Face off right in front of our bench. Owen wins it back, picked up by Kane. Kane over to TJ between his legs. TJ loses an edge, and they chip it up, and Landon gets it up, but not out. They send it down behind the net, and TJ gets a second chance at that one. Sends it out of the zone, but picked up by them, and then Owen almost takes it away. Oh, nice hit by Kane. He steps right up into this guy. Back door. Oh, nice job by TJ. Puck comes back up, picked up by Chase. Chase resets behind the net. He chips it ahead to himself. Kane overskates it and high stick. What? Chase heads to the box. What's that? What is that call? 2 minutes. All right, hold on. I have my cheat sheet, so I've got to look this up. Come on. I have or had. There it is. All right, got to get back on the play here. Sorry. Puck drop. Bjorn cycles it back to the far side. Owen gets over there but can't chip it out of the zone, but he does grab a hold of it, and it comes up into the offensive zone. So let me see. What that call was. It looks like a high sticking, but I don't know why we got a penalty for it. I don't know. I got to figure that one out. Kind of annoying to me. They drop it to the near point, center, far point, near point, far point, far hash, up to the far point, far hash again. They're just back and forth. That's all right if they want to keep it out there. Feel free. Looking for the shot. They're looking for the opening. Centering pass across to the near point. Kids at the dot. Sends one in. Glove down by Owen. And held on to. I don't know on my cheat. So here's my cheat sheet. Okay. I'm thinking it's that one down at the bottom, but that's delayed offside and then high sticking. So you're probably all yelling at me saying, hey, ding dong, this is what it is. Either way you look at it, we're on the kill again. Walking the line, far side, top of the far circle, looking for the back door, up off of Colt's skate. Colt and Jackson are out there. Jackson's putting some pressure on. They send it up into the zone. Icing is cleared. Kane goes back to get it. Lars is out there with them. They send it hard up the far boards, and then Kane zings it all the way down into the other end. 32 seconds remain. Backhand it through to this near side. They dump it back to the trailer. Kid gets in. They stay on side. They leave it for the far point. Send it down behind the net. Chip it around to the near corner. 12:38 remaining. Delayed penalty is coming on us. Touched by Colt. White cross-checking on 3. So we got 3 guys in the box. Kane heads in. I know that call. Cross-checking. I didn't see it happen, but just when we were about to get off of it, just like before, we get right back on it. So Chase is going to be out in 3, but Kane will be in there for another 2, and Xander will be in there for probably 7 more, maybe a little less. Lars sends it up. Nice job by Chase to lift a stick and cause that puck to go out. We're still on the kill and no one's after it. They pick it up and skate it up to the near boards. Kid skates through center ice, but he drops it for the trailer. There's another tripping call. What? They did not call that? Why? That was the biggest trip I've ever seen. They didn't call that one. They're like, we can't put 4 guys in the box. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Wow, that's crazy. 5-on-4, near point, far point, bottom of the far circle, far point, walks it down to the center, kicks it back out to the outside, in front of our bench, bottom of the far circle. TJ puts his body in front of it and then tries to chip it beyond his guy. TJ has it hard up off the glass, takes a nice bounce out of the zone, and we get a line change. Ryan, Lincoln, Bjorn, and Lars are out there. They leave it. Lincoln almost picks that one up. Ryan almost grabs it. Lars gets there. Ryan into the skates. They grab hold of possession. Ryan's trying desperately. Shot! Nice save by Owen. He holds on, doesn't let any rebound come out. We're 32 seconds left in Kane's penalty. So we're down to 2 guys in the box. We've spent the last, this will be 6 minutes basically on the PK. 3 penalties in a row. Puck up to the far point, walks across the center, shot off of Lincoln, and Ryan picks it up and sends it the length of the ice. Held up by their goalie. Cuts to the middle. Lincoln puts some heat on him. He leaves it for a trailer. Kid gets into the zone. Lincoln drops a stick. Looking for the centering pass. Walks around. Puck is in front. And Owen covers that one up. Kid slashes Ryan after the play in frustration. A nice play by Owen to close that down, cover up the puck. Jackson and Colt come out. There are 3 seconds remaining on Kane's penalty. New defensive line being TJ and Caleb. Caleb is right behind Jackson over there in the far corner. Puck 1 come back up to the near point. Shoots it, goes wide. Back to full strength. They still have the possession. Comes up to the far point, across to the near side. Shot, nice deflection by TJ, but that went off the back of his leg. He's winged, but he gets up. Fans on it, chips it up, save. Puck is loose in front. Bodies are flying. Caleb takes a big hit. And there's a fight with Riddick and this other 27. Kid swings. Swings at Colt. Oh my word. So I think there's going to be matching there. That 27 should be going because he threw a punch. It's only going to be matching, and the kid was like literally swinging. So that's what they're talking to this ref about down there. But that's a bunch of bullshit. So another penalty, but luckily it doesn't result in a man disadvantage for us. It'll still be 5-on-5. But we're going to be sans Riddick for a little bit. .9:57 remaining in the third. 3-goal differential. Owen is out there. Landon and Chase. Owen wins it back. TJ up off the glass, hits Chase. Chase into the zone, loses the hold of the puck, then chips it back to Owen. Owen moves it across to Landon. Landon shoots one short angle, but saved by their goalie. Good movement, though. Ness picks it up. They got 2-on-1. Coming back into our zone. TJ drives him wide. Nicely done, TJ. Wow. And now he's getting his hands up in the face. TJ battling it. There we go. Chase grabs the pucks, kicks it off to the side. Picks up his own loose puck, and then TJ hits Landon. Landon gets around his guy. Owen is going into the zone. He moves it across to Landon, and Landon buries it. Nice job, nice passing. Riders cut it to 2. Landon from probably Chase and Owen. Nice job, boys. All right, we got 9 minutes here. We can put 2 in. Jack Stewart, Fisher, James up front. Bjorn. Lars on defense. Puck goes off behind the net. James gets there. Bjorn kicks it up to the hash marks. Doesn't make it much further. They still have it. Send one down, just off the end boards. They circle around, centering pass. Chipped away by Jack. Jack touches it up to James. James sends it near side over to Jack. Jack gets into the zone. Jack looking for a shot. Goes wide. Makes it all the way around in front of the bench to Bjorn. Bjorn sends one just wide of the net. James tries to center one. Fisher gets over there. They center it up. Outlet it. Skate it out of the zone. Into our zone. Lars drives him wide. Kid holds up, moves it to the near point. Centering pass, deflected. There's a shot up over the net. Puck is in back. Lars is working with it. Kicked over to James in the far corner, and then he gets it up. Jack gets over there, but they take possession in neutral ice and send it back into our zone. 8:03 left. Lars moves it around. Bjorn looking to interrupt him. Pass to the backdoor guy. Pass through the crease over to the far boards. Up, off the boards. Lincoln's pressuring him. They move it up. Fans on it. Kid has it though. Cutting down to the middle. Nice job by TJ to push him to the side. Up to Ryan. Oh, they pick it up right at the dot. Centering pass. Shot blocker save, or maybe don't know if that got on the blocker. Lincoln pushes his guy off, and then Lars sends it for icing, and it'll come back down into our zone for a face-off to Owen's right. 7:21 left in the third. We're down by 2 on the latest goal by Landon. Puck comes back to the Nest team. Shot covered up by Owen. No rebound. Nice save. Ryan, Lincoln, Caden. Lincoln almost gets there. Caden does. Up off of a player's skate. They send it back down into our zone. We're looking to get some offensive pressure going. TJ backhands it up. They bring it across. Shot. Oh my gosh. It came off the boards. Backhand. The puck is still loose. Picked up by Caden. Caden trips it up. Lincoln gets it over to Caden. Has it. They backhand it to the boards. And up out. Picked up by Ryan. Ryan to Lincoln. Lincoln boots it down. Leaves it for Kane. Kane moves it across to TJ. TJ up to Caden, who chips it. And then we get a wholesale line change. 5 guys. They pick it up deep in their zone. Skated up the near boards. Chipped by Owen. Caleb puts a nice body on him. And Bjorn picks up the puck. Gets it up to Landon. Landon moves it ahead to Chase. Chase grabs it. Scoots it in front of their bench. Makes a move to the inside. And, oh my gosh, that puck is bouncing around. I think Owen had a shot at it off of Chase's initial attempt. There's a shot, glove save. Shot from Bjorn. Glove save by their goalie, and he holds on for a whistle at 5:57 remaining. Down by 2. Owen, Chase, Landon, Caleb, and Bjorn. Face off to their goalie's left in the offensive zone. Bjorn steps down, punches it in. Owen tries to get it up to Caleb. They get it out, and they're going the other way. There's a trip, no call. I think the kid just lost an edge. Nice backhand by Landon over to Chase. Chase makes a move to the inside, shoots one, goes off the boards. He passes it up to Caleb. Caleb keeps it alive, gets it down behind the net again. Landon goes hard after it. They get it up off the boards. Nice job by Bjorn to bat that one down. Loose change picked up by Landon. Landon gets it to Owen. Owen, top of the circle, pulls around. Still has possession, loses the zone. Kid is off to the races. 2-on-1 going the other way. Off the end boards. Back to the near corner. 5:01. Chase. up into neutral ice. They backhanded into the zone. Tried to glove down by TJ. TJ moves it up to Owen. Owen across the Lars in front of our bench. Up to Lincoln. Lincoln gets it in. Comes off of the ref and out of the zone. That was nonsense. Ryan has it. Backhands it over to Lincoln. Lincoln reverses the kid. Lars puts one up and into the netting. High shot. 4.5 left. Lincoln's at center. Caden's left. Ryan's right back of Lincoln. Lincoln wins it. Puck is not picked up by us, picked up by Nest and out of the zone. Dumped deep. TJ is here. Lars goes over. Kid's holding on to Caden's stick. And then Ryan comes out. Ryan chips it over to Lincoln. Lincoln sends one up through the crease. Caden back to Ryan. Ryan sends one short angle. Net's off. What? Are you kidding me? That net is off. Wow. Goalie kicked it off. Line change. Xander, Colt, Kane, Jackson, and Riddick. Face off in the offensive zone to their goalie's right. Riddick takes it. 4:07 left. Puck is still loose. Riddick sends it back. It goes down into our zone. Kane loses an edge. Owen sends it to the near boards, and Xander gets it back over to Kane behind our net. Kane gets it up to Jackson. Jackson touches it back down. Kane picks it up in the far corner, sends it around to Xander. Xander pinches up to the hash, shovels it ahead, but we can't get it out. They go hard off the end boards. The kid comes around. Nice job by Kane, tying up his guy. Chipped around by Xander. Xander has it. He's got some space. Xander comes out, cuts to the middle, moves it up to Riddick. Nice pass. Riddick cuts to the middle, loses the handle of it. Jackson picks it up. Jackson sends one from a nice job turning his body around to get the direction of the shot, but he just missed it a little wide. Ness comes out of the zone through neutral ice. Kane dumps him, but kid still gets a hold of it anyway and then gets a shot. Forces Owen to make a nice save. Rebound kick to the corner, and then the puck comes out of the zone. Kid comes in, walks in, big blocker save. Puck is loose, chipped up by Bjorn. Bjorn gets it out. Colt is going with him. Bjorn makes a move into the zone. He drives wide, cuts back to the middle, picked up by Landon. Landon can't quite unleash the backhand shot. Caleb kicks it into the zone. Landon grabs it down deep. It's got a guy on him. He walks around, leaves it for Owen. Owen on the far side. Walks around. Shot. Kick saved by their goalie. Bjorn pinches down. Shot. And puck is loose. Owen went after the rebound, but the goalie was able to jump on that little rebound that he left. Chase is out there. With Landon and Owen. Defensive change. Lars and TJ come in. Caleb and Bjorn go off. Lars has it. Lars sends one down to the corner. Chase has it, gets tripped up, no call. Ness grabs it and sends it up out of the zone. Lars hustles back. That's going to be icing. Man, it took him a while to put his hand up on that one. 2:11 crew left on the board. Face off in the offensive zone. Owen at center, wins it back. Chase gets there, picks up the puck, leaves it for Owen. Owen circles around. Shot sticked aside by the goalie into the far corner. Back up to Lars. Lars sends it down. Picked up by Landon. Landon gets it to Owen. Owen chips it back over to Landon. It comes to the near corner. Landon battles for it. 1:49 left. Chase backhands it up to TJ. TJ walks in, shoots one, hard shot, loose puck, no go. Goalie covers it. Landon was right there to try to shovel it home. $1:40 left. Ryan, Lincoln, Caden, Xander, and Kane. Let's get one here. Ryan takes it. Lincoln's right behind him. Wins it back. Lincoln sends one. Oh, deflected off of the net. It's off, I think. Nice shot by Lincoln, but it went off a defender into the near corner, and then Ryan took a shot, and then somebody crashed the net. Ryan wins it again. Lincoln sends one. Gets deflected off of somebody. Xander. They're going to call a hand pass. I think Ryan grabbed it and just put it down. The hand pass, so the face-off comes out of the zone. .128 remaining. They send it into our zone. Owen behind our net. Brings it to the near boards. Caden grabs it. Caden up to Ryan. Ryan tried to hit Lincoln. There he does. Lincoln one-on-one. Xander pinches down. Lincoln picks up his stick. Xander goes to the corner, then takes a big sandwich from two guys. 57 seconds left. Caleb working the far boards. Ryan is over there. They kick it to the near side. Ryan comes out after him. Move it ahead. Trailer picked up by Ryan. Ryan's got Caden. Ryan leaves it for Lincoln. Lincoln shoots it. Glove save by their goalie. Nice play by Ryan to Lincoln. Shot and a save. Good opportunity. 35 remain in the game. Landon, Owen, and Chase come out. Same defense. Owen Amhouse is still in net. We haven't pulled our goalie. Landon moves it across to Chase in the corner. The ref gets in the way again for about the third time, changing the course of the game. Caleb moves it across to Bjorn. Bjorn outlets it. They get it back down in the zone. 9-8. They're offsides. Shoot it. Shoot it. There's the game right there. Bjorn runs into somebody. Caleb pushes him. Chase cross-checks him. And we drop another one today. So tomorrow's a new day. 5-3 is the final score from Sioux Falls. Lost a guy in Jacob. Hopefully he'll be back out tomorrow. But that was a tough one. We didn't give up, though. Started to claw our way back into it. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll catch you mid-morning tomorrow for game number 3 against, I think, Alaska. Not 100% on that one. So appreciate your support. Thank you for watching wherever you are. Go Riders.